Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Fardell with 2NURFM Hunter News. The 6,624-hectare Lone Pine Fire in the Wallaroo State Forest still continues to burn, with the RFS closely monitoring any changes. Strong winds and humidity today are expected, but the fire remains at a watch and act level after fire crews worked tirelessly throughout the night. RFS Operational Officer Paul Best says the fire may start heading towards Midday and Tanilba Bay.
The residents in Midday and Tanilba Bay need to keep an eye on the Rural Fire Service website and listening to local radio for updates about this fire. Whilst there's no direct threat to them at this stage, conditions can change very rapidly and very quickly, and people in the fire-affected areas need to keep up to date with the latest on these fires.
Residents of Karua appear to have dodged a bullet as fires move away from the township. With more than 6,500 hectares of bushland burnt in the blazes in the Port Stephens area, it's lucky there has been no loss of life so far. Port Stephens Council Group Manager for Facilities and Services Steve Berscanoli says wind changes may have saved Karua from devastation.
Yeah, the fire seemed to be headed in a northerly direction on Sunday after the wind turned to the south, and the area of Karua was under some concern. But fortunately, the fire was moving more into the bushland area and eventually went north of the town and west.
The Shop Distributive and Allied Employees Association are protesting at 7-Eleven stores around Newcastle today over the underpayment of their workers. The protesters are expected to be at Warners Bay 7-Eleven shortly, after already campaigning outside Heatherbrae, Mayfield and Lambton. SDA New South Wales Branch Secretary Barbara Niebart says there is still no solution.
To hand out flyers and get the message out to people that this is not fixed. I mean, it's 12 months down the track from when this whole thing started, with the public exposure of the systematic exploitation of these workers, and yet we've still got hundreds of workers that are owed tens of millions of dollars.
New South Wales Police are targeting risky driver behaviour at level crossings in a campaign to raise awareness of safety at the crossings. As part of the operation, police will be on the lookout for dangerous motorist behaviour around crossings, such as ignoring signs and speeding near level crossings. Police Senior Sergeant Mick Timms says the campaign is about encouraging safe behaviour around level crossings.
It targets level crossing safety and promoting people driving safely and making sure that they obey controls, whether they be flashing lights, boom gates or stop signs.
And Hamilton's old fire station has sold for $1.96 million at an auction on Saturday. There were 5 bidders in the running for the site marked as high-density residential on Belford Street, Broadmeadow. The building was eventually sold to a local builder who would like to remain anonymous.
Sport for our sponsor, Curry Curry Bowling Club.
Newcastle Jets coach Mark Jones says Saturday's 2-0 loss to Wellington Phoenix across the ditch was disappointing. Jones says his side lacked the killer touch needed to get them over the line.
It took us 20 minutes to go, and then I thought we played well the second period of the first half, and then second half was about not conceding again and making sure we stayed in the game and hopefully tried to pinch something, but we didn't take opportunities.
Newcastle young gun Sabin Norris has been praised by fellow Newcastle surfer Philippa Anderson for her performance at the weekend's event. The 11-year-old was disappointed not to catch a couple more waves, but says she felt like a star. Wins for Newcastle boxers Scott Edwards and Daniel Anman on Saturday night have had the pair chasing Australian titles. Promoter Rob Fogarty says the pair would work toward a title challenge after proving themselves in 2 or 3 more fights. And the Newcastle Jets W League side fell 1-0 to reigning champions Melbourne City in yesterday's season opener. 2NURFM News Time is 12:10.